Good morning. My name is Rob Blumberg, and I'm the president of the board of directors for Congregation B'nai Shalom. It's my privilege and honor to give my first High Holy Day speech to you, although this is technically my third because I've been here since 7:30 this morning. And of course, my wish for all of you is to have a sweet, happy, and healthy 5779. Whether you're members here or guests, we are so pleased that you're able to join us for Yom Kippur. I'd like to express my appreciation to the board of directors and all the committee members and volunteers, and to let you know how important your involvement and dedication is. I would also like to thank Rabbi Gervitz and Rabbi Idison and their teams, and our executive director, Steve Weiner, and his team for ensuring that all the members of our congregation and all of our guests have a meaningful and joyous experience. I would also like to acknowledge and thank several of the past presidents who are in the room right now, as well as past board members. I know there are at least 3 past presidents either in here or within the building right now. We're now in our 40th year as a congregation. Through the archive project led by our volunteers and Rabbi Gervitz, I've had the opportunity to learn about B'nai Shalom before we were even officially a congregation. B'nai Shalom started with Jewish families locally, looking to connect with other Jewish families right here in Westborough. The story of how we went from just a few families getting together to celebrate holidays, to becoming a congregation, to building a synagogue, to making it even bigger, and to becoming a more than 450 member congregation continues to amaze me. Over the past few weeks, I've reached out to some of the founding families, and what I wanted to understand from them was why. What I specifically asked them was, why did you do this? Why was this so important to you? And why did you put in your time, money, and sweat equity? We talked at length over the phone and shared a lot of stories. What I took away from all of the conversations was that their why was not very different from what me and many others value and appreciate so much as part of the B'nai Shalom community. Just a few of the many whys that I collected from them. For ourselves and our family, we wanted to have a Jewish connection and identity in our local community. The closest temples at the time were in Framingham and Worcester. As we started to meet other Jewish families from Westborough and the surrounding towns, we very quickly had a special bond as Jews. Jewish life had been a significant part of our upbringing, and we wanted to bring to the boroughs where practicing Judaism could feel like home. It was important to create a place for our children to get a Jewish education and learn about Jewish life. We felt it was our responsibility and our job to educate all of the Jewish kids in the community. There's still a lot of injustice close by and in the world. Having a synagogue in the center of Westborough on a main road sends an important message to the community that we are here to stay, and that needs to be accepted. And just a side note on that, in both the Hopkinton and Westborough public schools, there were some anti-Semitism issues over the last couple of years. And this particular point has resonated with me because so many members reached out to the leadership team here at Congregation B'nai Shalom, and it was so refreshing to be able to say, they said, are you going to get involved? Are you going to be on top of this? And we were able to say, the school already called the rabbis, and the rabbis are over there, and it was just incredible to be in a facility that is nearly the size of the school, that has 2 rabbis and 450 very strong members as families. And the last one that I'll share from the conversations that I had with founding members is part of being Jewish is doing your part. If we're not doing our part, it is difficult to stand up when we want to address what is wrong in the world. Our gift from these founding families is our Jewish home of Congregation B'nai Shalom. It is a vibrant and thriving part of Westborough, serving members from more than 20 towns. It is a place where we are able to connect as Jews, gather to celebrate, to mourn, to make a difference, to grow, and to educate our children. Our High Holy Days appeal ensures that we're able to continue to grow and thrive as a congregation, to deliver outstanding programming, meet the needs of our members, and continue as a center for Jewish life in the community. Unlike most nonprofits, we are limited in our fundraising capabilities. We are reliant on our roughly 450 member families and the guests who join us for services. While there are so many great causes that we all contribute to each year, Congregation B'nai Shalom is unique in that our reach is limited to those that are here today. For that reason, it is critical that we give to the High Holy Days appeal to ensure our sustainability and secure our Jewish future. I challenge those that have given in the past to increase your pledge, and for those that have never given before to make a pledge today. In essence, paying it forward as our founders did when they established this shul 40 years ago. This year, I have 3 asks of both our congregation and those who have joined us as guests for High Holy Day services. I'm asking for 100% participation in our 40th year High Holy Day appeal. I do realize that not every family, every member, and every guest is financially able to contribute to the appeal. We are asking those that can contribute to contribute an extra $40 or more in honor of our 40th year. That will represent the contribution of a member or a family that is unable to donate. Because one of the core values of our congregation is never to turn someone away from membership in our congregation because of limited income. As a community, we give so that everyone who wishes to be a part of a Jewish community can belong. I'm also asking those of you that have joined us as guests to contribute to the High Holy Day appeal as well, because today, Congregation B'nai Shalom is also a part of your Jewish connection. We welcome you to join us for events and observances throughout the year. We provide a vibrant hub of Jewish life in your neighborhood, and we welcome not only your presence, but your support so that we can continue to provide these opportunities for the whole community. Finally, on the High Holy Day appeal page on our website and in our High Holy Day appeal mailing, we will ask for your why. Writing down your why will remind you of the importance of Judaism in your life, and it will help us learn more about the Congregation B'nai Shalom community and what is important to you. I have shared the whys of many of our founding members. I thought I would also share my whys with you. I have a lot of them, but I'm going to limit it to a few. My wife Stacy and I are lucky to live in Westborough and have our synagogue just a few short miles from the house. It's great that we can enjoy events at the schools and on the soccer fields with our friends from Temple. Our Temple friends and our friends are one and the same. It is a lot of what drew us to the town, and I volunteer to ensure that B'nai Shalom is here for the future residents of Westborough and the surrounding areas. Many of you may also know that Stacy was treated for breast cancer last year. Thankfully, she is doing well, and she has a great life ahead of her, and I will enjoy that life with her. So much of our support came from the community gathered in this room. My serving as congregational president is our way of paying this forward. I worry. If we don't do our part as members of B'nai Shalom now, then there won't be a B'nai Shalom for the next generations and the families that come into this area. There are more synagogues closing in the Northeast than forming right now. To sustain our congregation, we must have volunteers, donors, and an engaged congregation. I believe that I'm doing my part to ensure the sustainability of B'nai Shalom. And while my children may not settle here, my hope is that some congregational president in Philadelphia, San Francisco, New York, or some other place is standing up here as passionately as I am right now, so that wherever my children land, they will have a center for Jewish life like Congregation B'nai Shalom right near their homes. I believe my responsibility to B'nai Shalom is no less than the families that founded it, hired a rabbi, and built this building. Growing, maintaining, and maturing B'nai Shalom is an ongoing responsibility for all of us who call it our home in the Jewish community. I truly believe we can reach 100% participation if we all understand our own why. Thank you for giving generously. It is incredibly important what you do. L'Shana Tova, Happy New Year.